Rogers Cup back here in Montreal, and this year, of course, the women are here in Montreal, here to break it all down for us. I'm joined by Ivanka Osmak from Sportsnet. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here. You got here on Friday. You were there for the big draw, and we'll get to those Canadian women in the draw, but let's talk about this tournament and how it shapes. I think people should be excited. We're talking about 22 of the top 25 women are going to be here in Montreal.
Exactly. You've got all the top players. It's such a deep field, so there's always, on whatever court you go to, there's always a top or a big star playing. So, no, I think it's going to be a fantastic tournament. If Chantal can just give us some better weather, then we'll be okay.
We have to keep our fingers crossed.
But it's great. No, the draw party is exciting. You've got Simona Halep, who's defending from Montreal 2 years ago, and the defending champ from last year, Alina Svitolina, also back. I guess the disappointment for some fans will be that Serena Williams will not be coming. She withdrew from personal reasons, but there's plenty of other people to watch.
Let's talk about the surface itself. Who's best suited for this surface here in Montreal, do you think?
The hard surface, well, they're coming off, most of them are coming off, the grass court season, and so it's always a tough adjustment. But whoever's hungry for it to get started. I mean, Halep, she's had such an incredible run for the past 3 years of the Rogers Cup, and we asked, what is it about playing in Canada? Is it the water? Is it, just the Canadian food? She just enjoys playing here, and she's had a lot of success recently, so I wouldn't be surprised for her to have another deep run as well. She's a very motivated player right now to continue her run at #1. And who else could I see having a good run? Petra Kvitova. I don't know. She's already won 5 titles this season. She's back in the top 10. She's had a remarkable year and a half since the knife attack that happened in her own home in 2016. So yeah, it's
any surprises, do you think, Ivanka? Like who might surprise us in this tournament?
Who might be a big surprise? Maybe I'll be watching Sloane Stephens to see how she does. She kind of started her run up to the U.S. Open win last year right now at this tournament. She made it to the semifinals last year in Toronto. So, but of course, I'm hoping Canadians will surprise us.
Yeah, let's move over to the Canadians because
I
was just going to say, that's the first thing you said to me because when you watched it, I said, oh, maybe some tough matchups for our Canadian women. And you said, well, no, it could be worse. It's not too bad.
Absolutely could be worse. So Eugenie Bouchard is playing doubles with Sloane Stephens this afternoon against another Canadian, Gabby Dombrowski, who is just tearing it up on the doubles court. But Bouchard begins her singles play tomorrow, and she's going up against 14th seed Elise Mertens. I have to get my Mertens correct, because there's a Mertens and then there's Kiki Bertens, who's playing Carol Zhao tomorrow. Right. So, but it could have been a lot worse for Jeannie. She could have been up against Halep or Caroline Wozniacki.
How do you think she matches up in this one?
Well, it might work to her advantage that Mertens is coming off the tournament in San Jose, where she made it to the quarterfinals. So she went deep in that tournament just this week and had to fly, cross country. And then she also got looked on by a trainer during her match.
Interesting.
Maybe
and speaking of injury, Eugenie had to pull out of the Swiss Open, right? She made it to the semis, which was disappointing for her. Have we heard anything about how has she recovered fully from that abduction?
Yeah, I sat down with Jeannie, and she said she's healthy. She's feeling much better. She had the right groin injury. She made it all the way to the semifinals in Switzerland that, you're right, she had to withdraw from. But she was putting together good matches, competitive matches, Wimbledon, and then in Switzerland. So, of course, we're hoping she can regain that form and no injury, and she's doing fine. And Françoise Abanda, it's always exciting. She had a nice couple matches here 2 years ago. She loves playing in front of the home crowd. There are pros and cons, of course, of being the hometown favorite and having family, friends,
Not a bad matchup, though, I don't think, right? She's playing Kirsten Flipkens, which I think is a pretty good matchup for her to start off.
Yeah, and Flipkens has spent the whole weekend. She was qualifying, so she's was working in the hot heat and in the humid weather all weekend. So maybe that works to François' advantage that she's a little more worn down. But it was bittersweet for her to get into the main draw.
For sure.
With Bianca Andreescu's
quickly, Carol Zhao versus Kiki Bertens.
Yes,
do you like
Kiki,
this
all
matchup?
I can think of is Kiki. When I was talking to Carol, and I wanted to just start singing Kiki, but anyways, yes. You know what?
tough matchup, but as you said
will
earlier,
definitely be favored, but
right.
but hopefully it's a good fight and a good test. I mean, this is where you start. Carol's still pretty young, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get reports from you throughout the entire
Absolutely.
week here on Breakfast
and hopefully
Television.
You'll come out, and hopefully everyone
I'll be
will
out.
come
My
and
dad's
see.
in town. My dad came in town. He loves tennis, so we're going to follow the Rogers Cup. We're going to be there every day this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
really
for having
appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, we've got your headline news, your weather, traffic, and some more sports right here on BT.